so ridiculous. They can never do that. But the point of it is, they are doing it. And if we don't fight back and fight back hard, it's going to happen. You know, they could talk about 2010. Think about, in a month and a half or 2 months, that's only going to be a year away. So it's right on our doorsteps. It's not like something that's going to happen out there when everybody in business now is long gone and we'll worry about the next generation. 2010 is right around the corner.
Thanks, Supervisor.
Well said.
Supervisor Koufax, I'm sorry.
Well, we've discussed this at length, and it's pretty apparent that there's unanimity on the board here as to what concerns we have. I think this resolution here is brought forward here. If we take that third from the last paragraph here and just change it, instead of the impact on rural communities has been fully studied, and change that to addressed and mitigated, and then the next paragraph does refer to mitigations of the economic impacts on rural communities. We've got a document here that I think passes muster, and Jerry would probably agree to that. Once we get to that point, if we achieved that, we would have addressed the issue. It's a question here, I think, that is not putting it off for a year, but so a year from now we get a study saying, tough luck, Mendocino County, tough luck, rural counties, we're richer and stronger than you, you're out of business. That's not the kind of study we want, that's not the kind of conclusions we want. So if we change it to fully addressed and mitigated in that last sentence, or that only sentence, in paragraph 3 from the bottom, and then if we acknowledge the fact that such time as mitigations of economic impacts on rural communities have been included, I think we've covered the issues here, and Supervisor Delbar probably will be given an adequate document to go to Sacramento with. But otherwise, I think the rest of the document is substantially comprehensive.
One last time, Supervisor Pinches.
Yeah, well, if we're trying to wordsmith there, I certainly agree with that, ruling out the study to put addressed and mitigated. That's what you're talking about in that paragraph. But the last one, I really think that we need to put the word, instead of delayed implementation, that we just oppose, or put it something like, be it further resolved that requests that the California Air Resources Board not implement or something, or you know, I think we got to, because just to delay implementation, that's just like putting it off for a year or two. We got to say something a lot stronger than that. I mean, unless we're prepared to come up with, like I say, to tell all of our working people out there that forget about it and go home, and we're prepared to spend probably up to $15–20 million on new equipment in our road department. We have to oppose it. We have no, you know, I just want to stay away from this delay implementation, because I don't think a year or two of delay is going to change the situation. And let's get back to the basic philosophy here. Do we have bad air from our diesel emissions in this county? I guess you could say we have some bad air, but is it to the point where it's worth taking people's livelihoods away, you know, and all that? Especially in light of 35% of our bad air comes from China already? Why don't we work on that and those trade regulations? That's where a huge amount of the bad air comes from. But to put, you know, loggers and road builders and everybody that's doing anything takes a diesel engine to just stop them completely. We need to oppose this. So, I mean, I just feel that we have to put the word oppose it or stop implementation or something in there.
Sir, could I say one more thing, please?
Up to you. Sure. Please step forward. You gotta do it from the podium.
I forgot to mention that on one of my trucks, an '89 Peterbilt, we wanted to inquire to see how much it would cost and what would have to take place to get it retrofitted to comply with the new standards. An 89 Peterbilt by the book is worth about $6,000. And the motor is a 400 Cummins with electronic timing and all that. So we inquired with Cummins West to see how much it would cost to retrofit this truck to comply with the new standards. I hope you all got a hold of your seats. $70,000 is what they wanted for me to retrofit that truck. Well, I mean, that's out of the question, totally. And that's just a mere fraction of the cost that's going to apply to all the other equipment here. If they're allowed to pull timber industry and other things out of the agriculture zone and make it vulnerable to these, there won't be a logger left standing in California. And it's only California law, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Dobar.
Well, Mr. Chairman, we have talked about this in Gualala at length, and we had folks that, it wasn't an issue that was on our agenda, but they showed up, and just as Mr. Philbrook has, to express what this will do to them. I have a constituent with a company that bought 2 brand new 2008 diesel trucks, brand new. They will not meet this requirement. Brand spanking new trucks. This is too important for us to sit up here and try to wordsmith this resolution today. We don't have the time crunch where this has to be done on this agenda. We could have this done in 2 weeks and brought back. I would suggest that we allow